Welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. This video is going to be a little bit different as I've done nothing to the cars, but I'm really pushing, selling some merch and trying to stock up on parts for the winter. I haven't dug into either car yet. Both of them have a ton of stuff we want to do to them this winter. But I wanted to show you a couple things that I did get that are really going to make life nice over the winter as far as welding. I picked up a spin this around here. I got a Eastwood. It's the 180 amp with spool gun. Can't see it on that side. Let's see here. There we go. 180 amp with spool gun. So I can do both aluminum and steel. And I just picked up a Harbor Freight welding table here, or welding cart, I guess you'd call it. So I'm going to put this together, dig out the welding machine and get that all set up. And I'm not going to do like a time lapse on opening boxes or any of that stuff. I mean, that's been done to death. But I'll show you what they look like when we're all done with that. And I wanted to show you, another thing I wanted to show you was these guys here. These are from Harbor Freight. You know, it may sound silly, but when I was over at my buddy Kevin's house and we were working on Calypso on the subframe connector, they really came in handy, you know, wiping your hands clean and stuff as you're working. And, you know, they don't smell awful or chemical-y like a lot of the stuff does. So I wanted to show you some of the stuff that we've been accumulating here at the shop. And I believe all this stuff here on the table is for Calypso. I do have a few things for the Stormtrooper as well. I'll show you, but go through it here. We have upper and lower control arms. It has the bushings already pressed in, and it has the ball joints in there. The ones I have, I don't know anything about them. That K-member was off a completely different car. So I don't know the year, but the boots are ripped, and by the time you buy, you know, ball joints, you know, these things here aren't much more money, so it'll be brand new. I did get a Lakewood drive shaft loop and some heavy-duty U-joints. Just a new light switch because the clips are broken on mine and won't keep in place. New, I don't know what you call these things. I don't have my glasses on, but a little surround around the inside door handle. I did order two new drain plugs. I really can't remember which car those are for. What else we got here? Oil pressure sending unit. That's for Calypso, just because the other one that's on there, I mean, it works, but it looks like garbage. And these are the sill plate screws. I just got 12 feet of vacuum line because I don't have a vacuum line that goes from the motor to the control unit inside. Everything else I have working in there, like the fan will come on and all that. I do have to look at the actuator, like the cable, to make sure that's hooked up correctly. Factory sway bar. That was relatively inexpensive because it's not one of those big thick ones. Comes with all the goodies to mount it. I have a used set of factory front springs, Torx box reinforcements. I do have a new fuel line. While we had the car up in the air, you know, I built this thing all on the ground, you know, on my back. You know, everything underneath was done on my back. And you know, my friend Kevin brought up a good point about the copper line. You know, now that I have the full exhaust on there, it's not really the greatest routing, and you know, although it's easier to route than steel line, I ended up going to Amazon and getting the El Cheapo AN line. It's like 20 bucks or something like that. And just some fittings off of Jegs, and I did get a regulator. Because right now I'm not running a regulator, and the pump I have is a Carter pump. supposed to be good up to 500 horsepower. But if my gauge is correct, it's putting out like 9 to 10 pounds of fuel pressure, which I'd like to dial that down a little bit for the carb. It's not blowing the seats off or anything like that or forcing too much fuel in, but I want to have some kind of control. And I did order a clutch that's good up to 500 horsepower and a new mid plate here, because I remember my mid plate was like a potato chip that I put in there. I don't know if that matters. I think it's just a spacer, but it was pretty messed up. Buddy Randy gave me a Fram fuel filter that I'm going to put in line. I'm going to put a new element in there, find a place to mount it, and I'm going to remount, the pump down there, because it really vibrates through the car, even though it's rubber mounted. I'm going to come up with something different on that. And got some kill mat to go down before I put the carpet in. Like I said before, I have factory black carpet with all the sound deadening in there, and that'll be nice. But that's it for about right now. I do have like a new rear control arm kit for the Stormtrooper, and we have other stuff to do on the Stormtrooper too, which I'm not going to get into. Like, found an oil leak valve cover, so I'm going to redo the valve cover, pull the upper intake and all that this winter. But that's the gist of it on Calypso. I think I am going to get a power steering rack and put in while I'm redoing all this, because there is a little bit of slop in the rack from what I found when we were up on the hoist. But that's going to be down the road when we're rebuilding all the front end here. But we're coming along, just gathering parts, for winter. Like I said, I don't want to dig into anything. There's still some driving weather left. So for now, I see my battery's getting low on the GoPro here, so I'm going to plug this back in, start assembling some stuff, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Well, there we have it. Harbor Freight cart. Price was $49.99 without coupon, so we got it for less than that. And I gotta be honest, guys, there's nothing wrong with this cart. Harbor Freight of today, I feel, is a lot different than the Harbor Freight when they first came out. I remember having a hammer drill that, you use it once and it breaks, you take it back, they give you another one, just kept breaking, they give you another one. But now, I've had power tools I've had for years, and they're great. And even with this stand here, I think they figured it out, where they add a little bit more tolerance to the holes. They open up the holes a little bit to give you a little more clearance, because I'm pretty sure these are like stamped out and bent, at one time. Someone's not drilling holes out and stuff. And they give you enough clearance to kind of float everything around. The one piece of advice I would give is don't tighten anything up when you're putting these together until you have all the levels on there, because there is a lot of clearance in the holes compared to the bolts. But they give you, flat washers, lock washers, all that good stuff. But really nice little cart, I'm telling you. It's good stuff. Be a heck of a lot nicer than what I had, which was nothing. When I had my Lincoln, it was basically just pick it up and move it. And that Lincoln was really heavy. For what it was really super heavy. But again, that was older. Where this thing here, this MiG 180 from Eastwood, it's really nice. I'm going to have to figure out what wire I'm going to use and head out to Matheson and get some wire and a tank and all that good stuff. But really a nice little product. you know, I wanted this because with the shock tower I did last winter, I really struggled with that. And, you know, I had that wire, what was it, flux core Lincoln, and man, it was tough. You know, it's just, if the metal wasn't just perfect, you know, it wasn't even thinking about sticking. So I'm hoping to have a little better luck with this. There is a small hole on the passenger side floor that I'm going to fix before, oh, it got dark there. Before I put the carpet in, but that should be easy peasy. I do have to put a drop out of my electrical box, which when I had the wires pulled out here, I did get 220 out here, so you know, one of my heaters is 220, so it shouldn't be a big deal at all. Just add a 220 breaker in there, run a drop in a box, should be good to go. The extension cord they give you for this is quite short, so I'll probably make a longer one so I can get all around and, you know, anywhere in the garage I need to go. So I'll probably run to Home Depot and get the pieces for that tomorrow. But yeah, all in all, really nice nice quality, and really excited about the Eastwood. And I don't know if I said that before, but they had a coupon online as well for the Eastwood. So you know, my buddy guided me in this, picking this unit out, you know, as far as bouncing ideas out and how many amps and all that stuff I need. But anyhow, I think we're going to wrap that one up. It's getting late. I've been working on car stuff all day long. Started this morning, well, not all day long. Started this morning by picking the white buffalo up out here. You guys have seen her before. So that used to be my dad's. Inherited that from my dad. And it's a 2003 Ford Windstar, you know, so big white beast. So that's how she got the nickname White Buffalo. She's a rare animal. But I had to get new rubber on that. My daughter's getting her permit soon and gonna need something to drive, and she's not driving one of these Mustangs. So so she's going to be giving that a whirl, and I wanted to make sure everything was up to snuff on that. But picked that up, and then met my friend Kevin and his wife Christy and their kids, Carter and Emily, at Cider Mill this morning. So had a good time seeing them, and you know, I actually stopped by and saw my other gearhead buddy Jason today, and his son Luke and his wife. So it's been non-stop, you know, all day, you know, running around doing stuff. But I'm about whooped. It's probably about time for dinner. I think I missed lunch today at some point. It's been a tough week. I got to tell you, my daughter's been sick all week. I had her this week, and she had a cold, you know, nothing terrible. It wasn't even like a runny nose kind of thing. She just had like a dry cough. But, you know, everybody freaks out these days of coughs and all that stuff. But she's fine. And, you know, never had a fever or anything like that. Just, but, you know, she wasn't happy. You know, she was kind of crabby all week, and you know, just a lot going on. You know, I had an MRI on my shoulder a while back, and I visited the doctor for the reading of the MRI, and what I thought was going to be a surgery fix-all kind of thing turned into him telling me that, hey, your shoulder is shot, you need a new one. But we're going to try to do something a little less evasive, like, you know, arthritis clean out and repairing the soft tissue to try to get me by a little longer, because you know, even if I had a replacement, they only last 20 years or so. So anyhow, not the greatest news. Kind of ticked about that, because injured it cleaning out all my parents' crap up at their cottage. They were kind of like hoarders and had a bunch of stuff, and ever since then I've been working with one wing, so to speak. So a little bit ticked, but I'll get over it. You know, just makes things a little harder when you're right-handed and you got to learn how to do everything left-handed, you know. But I'll get over it. We'll get through it. And just want to thank everyone for watching again and supporting the channel. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this stuff here would happen. And you know, there'd be really no point if I didn't get the support from you guys. And love the comments. Keep them coming. And remember, I do have merch available. So again, keep on, you know, sending me those messages saying, hey, you know, how do I get it? And I'll be happy to ship it out to you, or you can, you know, we can meet and pick it up and check out the cars or whatever, you know. So let me know. Again, I do have t-shirts and sweatshirts. This is the hoodie that I'm wearing right now, and it has the Big Dad's Foxbody across the back. Because again, this is what makes all this happen. So, all right, guys. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.